Welcome to Anime Unraveled. I'm Rex Paget.
I'm Daniel Pepper.
And I'm Tristan Morrill.
Fellas.
I'm
going to have to cut out 11 minutes of the beginning of this podcast.
Well, we got distracted, as we've been doing.
Yeah, because if you don't know, the Diablo
So
4
now we're
beta
going to go back over the 11 minutes.
No.
Diablo 4 beta.
is out right now.
And they're trying to convince me to get in.
I'm not.
We're
we
not
don't
even trying to convince you.
You're
You're
convinced.
in.
It's 70 gigs, so get to downloading.
Hey, unlike you, 70 gigs will take me. Done.
Okay, well, rub that in.
Must
you
be
know, rub
nice.
that into that wound. It takes me 3 days.
Does it really?
Second world
No,
problems.
it does. It does take me like 10 hours. I'm not gonna
my
lie.
God.
Yeah, he's
I'm not lying.
not even joking.
I have,
Gross.
I have to run it at night, so then nothing else on my computer can run, so I can download it. Internet problems. But boys, fellas, gentlemen, scholars,
Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. of the court.
I got to talk about something.
What do you gotta talk about?
Something happened recently that I thought was super interesting.
What's
all
that?
right?
You edited the podcast with an AI.
No, that is super interesting though. How'd you like the last episode? The computer did it.
AI did it.
But no, I think that this story is about how, you know, fandoms are kind of changing how companies, like push their product.
Yeah,
right?
how they market it.
Because let me tell you a story. Let me spin you a yarn, okay? I have notes.
This is the first.
Yeah,
Usually it's me with
It's
notes.
usually Rex with notes.
I have notes,
but
but
it's me. Once I find them, here it
because I
is.
keep forgetting names.
Okay, so this story happened recently, and it was because a tweet went viral.
All right.
And I'm going to spin this into anime. But the tweet went viral from the username Bigalus Digalus Wolfwood.
Wow, okay. So, Trigun vibes.
Yeah. So he basically put out and said, hey, people, you should read this book. It's called This Is How You Lose the Time War. It's just a regular novel, right? It's like 200 pages. And it wasn't really getting a lot of traction.
Mhm.
His tweet went viral because it just randomly went viral, right?
As things do.
And so then the author of this book
Mhm.
documented how it went from not selling that well to number 3 on Amazon within 48 hours
That's insanity.
because of one viral tweet. And this guy, it's not like he's
He had a big following.
like Logan Paul or whatever,
Yeah.
right? He's Nicholas Dickolas Wolfwood or whatever. Like, fantastic name.
Yeah.
But the whole point of that, to wrap it back around to anime, is when they started interviewing him on articles, he obviously has that name. So then people brought up, do you like, Trigun?
Trigun, obviously.
And he said, yes, he found Trigun through Trigun Stampede.
Disgust, but
Oh, no.
okay.
But then he went back and read online Trigun Maximum.
Mm-hmm.
So all of these news articles are picking up this guy's story. Thus,
So-
Dark Horse gets wind of this,
Uh-huh.
and he tweets at Dark Horse like, hey, since I did this for this book, what about that Trigun?
Yeah.
And now Dark Horse is like, just wait.
So Dark Horse
got
is kind of
plans.
hinting that it's
Yeah,
coming back.
I sent it over
They
to Rex.
would be idiots
They
not
would be
to.
idiots.
Like, dear
It's
God.
money on the table. Because
There are so many, like, if people are buying one volume for over $100,
yeah.
obviously there's a fucking market.
And
My thing is
you
like
just
they're
had the
gonna
big
they're
anime.
gonna imagine this, right? Like picture this: someone just spent copious amounts of money to get finally finish their Trigun collection. Dark Horse releases the
hardcovers.
hardcovers.
Yeah. I
I thought that's what happened to Pep with Haikyuu, but it was an art book.
Yeah, they released an art book.
Yeah, I
for
saw,
Haikyuu.
like, I was just opening Right Stuff Anime, and I saw on their thing, I was like, is that a hard book, Haikyuu? And I ended up looking into it, I was like, oh, it's a hard book. But I was like, if that would have been a hard book, like, dear God,
No.
Peppers would just be sad.
But you got to think
Peppers
though.
would not be sad. Pepper would be like, I know what I must do.
Okay. But you got to think like this guy has probably like spent copious
Oh,
amounts
yeah,
of money,
thousands.
like thousands of dollars to finish Trigun. Finishes it, and then Dark Horse goes, "Hey guys, we're releasing the hardcover editions." This guy,
So
how
you-
mad would you be?
You have to think, before Stampede came out, you could buy, I think, all of Trigun and all of Trigun Maximum for, I think it was like $1,500.
Yeah, it was
Too much.
It was,
Too much.
It was way too much.
was way too
but
much.
now it's gotten crazy. And that, to me also is because, manga has gotten so big over here too that I guarantee you if you went to a half price books and found those volumes 8 years ago,
Yeah.
they would be a different price.
What we're saying
Well-
is that this episode we were going to talk about villains, and capitalism is the true villain.
It's
You're
the
not
most villain. But no, I just thought it's so interesting.
Rex, anything to say about that?
Rex,
I mean-
are you?
You're sadly 100% accurate. Like, I actually did start thinking about like Gundam. I'm sorry.
I've just been thinking about we've thrown it to him so many times in the last two episodes.
You have, but
and
no.
it makes me laugh even when I'm editing the podcast.
I
and me and
hear
you
it.
both go like this. Rex,
Rex,
anything to say?
say?
It fucking makes
Stop it.
It's so funny.
Don't trigger me.
It's so funny.
We don't have to. You'll do it yourself.
You're already
You're
triggered.
right, you're right.
Capitalism.
Oh,
See?
it hurts. But no, I was actually thinking about it because I knew we were going to talk about villains. And I was like,
He
what-
knew capitalism was going to come
No,
up.
I was like, what are good villains? And I started thinking about Gundam just because,
I thought he was going to say government.
No, Gundam, stop this.
Well,
I was
is
thinking
Gundam
about-
not government? You know what I
I
mean?
mean, it is. That's the fucking problem.
Rex, go ahead.
Stop. Anyways,
It's your soapbox, buddy.
I was like, which Gundam actually had a good villain? Because if you think of Witch from Mercury, like, there's not really a straightforward villain.
Iron Blood Orphan's got some
Well,
good villains.
Iron Blood Orphan do. But
It's a villain in and of itself.
yeah, I was about to say,
Gallahorn.
your protagonist.
Yeah,
He's
for
not
real.
a villain.
No, he's not. He's fighting for the freedom of the space
He's
people.
misunderstood.
Mikazuki August is the devil of Tekiden, and you will
But-
put some respect on his
no,
name.
the more I thought about it, though, I was like, okay, the biggest villain in Gundam is Char, and which, honestly, he is written so well that you sympathize with him to the fact he's not a villain.
Right.
So, if only there were more villains written in such a great way.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely are going to talk about that, but I just thought it was so interesting that the era that we live in,
The marketing is done
right?
through
Like that
literally.
it's a random person on the internet
Yeah.
can have such a big effect.
And the thing is it was a random person who wasn't even like large. Like he just
That's what I'm saying. Like
he just posted something and then it caught some.
yeah, it
kind
wasn't
of,
like Mr. Beast was
it
like,
caught
"Yo,
an
Trigun."
algorithm
Right.
and then just went.
and that's the other thing is like I am so surprised still to this day with such a big name, and that's why you don't know where it's going to come from. Such a big name like Mr. Beast being like, I'll finance redoing Naruto,
yeah.
And nothing came about that. But then you have a guy like this where it gets caught on, and again he's probably got
Well, the thing
pretty
is,
good
I'm
followers now.
100% sure that
They've already
Dark
been
Horse
thinking
has
about it.
already been in the works of doing this.
Well, that was one of the quotes from one of the articles. Is they reached out to Dark Horse. Dark Horse was like, we know.
Yeah, hey,
Like we know it's like
we know that the people want what the people want.
and they're just like, stay tuned. It's it's got to be coming.
we got something in the works.
I just hope, right? I really do.
Dark Horse is out there just letting people get their bag, like letting people that have the full series get their bag, and they're gonna be like, all right, now it's time for us to get ours.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're just gonna like shaft everyone.
I just hope that the design is better than the Berserk, like the actual
Yeah.
physical
Ooh, yeah.
design.
I mean, don't
I
get me
mean,
wrong.
I love the Berserk for what it is, but
the black books are nice.
I think Trigun is enough of a fun series and like kind of colorful series too.
Wacky.
Like wacky enough series.
I don't know about wacky.
But
Okay, I'm
besides
just gonna-
Berserk and Hellsing.
Well, yeah,
But I think what he basically means is like there's enough to make like wackier looking hard books.
And it doesn't have to be super wacky. They can keep with the aesthetics.
if they did something like the Full Metal editions,
No, I actually, my thought, right, is because they have, you would think you're a Trigun expert.
yeah,
You
Not
would,
expert,
You would
no.
think deluxe editions, right? How many? For Maximum and Trigun. If
well, wait, like the size of Berserk.
yeah, the size of Berserk. How many you think? Realistically.
He's doing the math.
Yeah, he's pondering.
I think like maybe 5 or 6 for maximum. I'm not sure about the original Trigun. Maybe like 1 or 2.
Okay, so let's say overall, let's do 8, right? I believe that there's enough, like, I think in my mind, at Dark Horse, you can have this idea for free. But if you would like to sponsor, let us know.
Let us know.
But I think
You
because
can email us.
you can email. You know how they etch like the cross in the Hellsing or the
Yeah.
Berserk thingy in Berserk?
Yeah.
What's
You
that
mean
called?
The
The
symbol.
symbol of
The
sacrifice
sure,
or whatever. The
right.
seal of sacrifice. I can't remember.
Great, such a lighthearted. Oh, he's gonna pull it out.
Oh, God, he's gonna knock down everything.
No, I'm not. I'm God.
I mean, technically no.
Oh, it's embossed in there, but
Yeah,
it's not.
it's
Yeah.
embossed.
So if you want to hold that up to a camera, but like you see how this stuff is embossed. I think they have enough characters to emboss the character silhouette in them, like a Vash the Stampede or a Nicholas D. Wolf would, for a few, and then maybe like towards the end they kind of change it. But what I think is different colors.
That would be
I
super
think
cool.
Trigun, like you could have like a purple, a red, like, and when it's all lined up together, it kind of like looks really interesting.
That
I
could-
think it's wacky enough.
it would be really cool for them to do, but I know they'd never do it
It would cost more money
because the production cost
yeah,
would be
it
higher.
would cost more money.
And
They would be able to get more money for them.
no, they'd still top out about 50 a
49,
volume.
yeah, 49. But like, because Berserk, it makes sense, right? It's a dark, brutal series, just kind of like very serious. You can have the black on the red, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
But yeah, it makes sense. But a series like this, like, think about you're looking at your shelf, and it's like a really nice red one, a really nice turquoise, a purple. I don't know. I'm just throwing colors.
I don't know. With Trigun,
Maroon.
like,
I don't
at least in the manga, is not as lighthearted as the TV.
You're saying
series.
Johnny Young Bosch made it more lighthearted.
The anime
Hello.
made it more, yes, 100%. But they've made it a bit more lighthearted because there's literally characters that they're jokes in the anime. Like you
Yeah.
see them for like a split second, but in the manga, they're like an actual villain that's disturbing.
I mean, I
So-
can't wait to read it. So Dark Horse, if you want to release it tomorrow,
If you want to send me a free copy, I will
Hey,
read
that's
them
also true.
Hey, fair.
right
Perfect.
here on
Hey,
stream.
Good segue, because the other part that I think is so interesting about like how Viz and all of these companies are really attacking, or not attacking, but like pushing their product.
Yeah.
Is now they are sending, and even like small creators on YouTube,
Mhm.
they're sending them gifts or press, things to like talk about.
Yeah.
Like there's a manga coming out called The Horizon. Doesn't come out till September. A bunch of YouTubers got it like last month,
Damn.
and so they can do manga hauls about it. Like
Yeah. You can do like reviews before it actually releases.
Yeah, and then Yin Press is definitely the one like leading the charge. They have sent so many people, and I'm not talking because
that's
the
because-
niche is so small. It's not even like they're 100,000 subs. It's like 10K, and they're sending them full boxes of like all their new release manga that month.
That's crazy. I know Yin Press is pushing harder because they're kind of the up and coming as far as,
Right.
Yeah.
but Viz, I couldn't see them do it as much.
Viz does it.
Really though, that's crazy.
Viz does it, but it is like I said. Yin Press is the one that's really getting.
They're
into
like, hey,
the internet
here's
game.
30 volumes.
But you know what Viz does? Viz did the most gangster move alive.
What's up?
Oh, do share.
Oh, dude, this is so petty, and I love every minute of it. So, Kodansha has been trying to release their app. You have the Shonen Jump app.
Yeah.
It's called K Manga, is what Kodansha was going to do, and they've been like pushing it for months,
Yeah.
right? Like it's coming, it's coming, it's coming.
Yep.
It got released 2 days ago as of recording this podcast. The day before, though, Viz released their new app, Viz Manga. Didn't say a word about it. Just shadow dropped it.
Love that. I love that.
Hey, the subscription, this is the most gangster part. The subscription, $1.99 a month. And you get like out of print series. Case Closed, all of Case Closed is on there. You get all of this out of print
Don't you
stuff.
still get that through the Shonen Jump app?
Right, but there's a bunch of stuff that's not just Shonen
Yeah.
Jump. It's all of their like
So it's all of Viz titles.
Yeah, Viz has
all
a ton.
of Viz titles for $1.99 a month. The next day when K Manga dropped, and this was perfect, like it was such a smart move. K Manga, because you have to buy coins and like buy per chapter,
Oh fuck no!
and people destroyed that. It died. It was dead on arrival.
That's amazing.
So
and
they used, I think, and Viz, if you want to reach out again, we'll definitely talk about you more. But but I think this is what they did. So the internet, at least this niche of the internet, has been all over this app that's been coming out. It's going to be coming out for months.
They're like,
yeah.
oh man, Kodansha's getting ready to
right.
release a manga app.
So manga apps and everything have been in the zeitgeist of the internet.
Yeah.
So they didn't
Love
need
that word.
They didn't need to use that publicity because it's already there. Because everyone's already searching manga app, this, that, and the third.
yeah.
Then they
Also,
search and Viz comes up and they're like, hold up.
And then they knew the day they were going to release. So the day before, they shadow dropped it.
Dude, that's
and
amazing.
And I guarantee you, allegedly, I guarantee you they knew what their pricing structure was going to be and said, "Go fuck yourself. $1.99 a month, you get it all."
They literally are at that point not only destroying them, but also the Shonen Jump app.
Yeah.
Because their library is much more extensive. Like Shonen Jump, yes, there's a ton.
Now,
and
again-
it's still worth the money. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, but
Didn't the Shonen Jump app also like $2.99 a month?
It was $1.99. Now it is $2.99.
yeah, it is now $2.99.
Still worth
Still
every
worth
penny.
every penny.
So you literally pay $5 and have access to like a large majority
Basically,
of manga.
if in North America, if you love super popular anime, you will find it on those two apps for $5 a month.
Nice.
And I think when I saw that happen, when I saw that transpire, I was like, this is like old school. Like you can.
No, this is like someone watched the Law of Death Note and we're like, I'm about to do it.
Well, Viz.
yeah, 100%.
They really light Yagami
Yeah.
that thing.
That is a great.
It
That's
was so
baller.
interesting. Like it just because I think, and this is just my opinion, but I think a lot of companies like play it real. I don't know, like have friendly competition. You see it a lot with
Light
like
Yagami
well,
is the actual
dude.
CEO of Viz. Like you're not gonna change my mind.
In
with
Japan,
that.
that's how it was, though. Like, friendly
that-
competition was a thing. Like,
Yeah.
even car industry, they literally had an agreement
yeah.
not to push the cars beyond a certain horsepower, so they marked them as lower,
Yeah.
even though they were doing more.
And to see that front and center in this
The manga
hobby,
industry,
in
that's
this ho-
insane.
is so incredible because you do see like PlayStation, Xbox is one. They're all like cross compatibility, like everything wants to work together. Even though
well, they don't.
the CEO of Microsoft, not the CEO, but
he straight up said that Microsoft was decimated by Sony.
yeah, they lost.
Yeah.
Like he actually, and that's the first time that any company's come out and been like, we straight up lost. But to see this old, it feels so old. It feels like 1950s. Like, fuck you.
Like
It looks-
Microsoft
it's
was
like we're watching Mad Men for
I was
Japan.
about to say,
100%.
Don Draper
Yeah.
saw this happen and leaned back in his chair, drank his whiskey, smoked his cigarettes, and said, "I got him. I fucking got him."
Microsoft came out. That was hilarious to me when they were like, "Well, there's nothing Xbox can." They literally were like, "There's nothing we can do to outpace the Sony PlayStation."
Yeah.
And I think that even now, like the Activision deal is like still on hold, potentially going to just fall through because of all the legal action.
I mean, I think, I think that stuff is a dangerous game. I think Nintendo will always be safe.
Oh,
Nintendo's kind of doing its own thing, but I think Nintendo's fucked.
Actually,
Nintendo's
speaking of
fucked long term.
Nintendo, there is something that we all learned the other day in the Discord that was hilarious to me.
What did we learn? Because
forgot.
I've
I
completely forgotten. I didn't learn, apparently.
Yeah, you did. So we were in the Discord, and Pep was talking about something, and
As I do.
Rex's brother Cliff goes, "Oh, you want to talk about Gary Bowser?"
Oh, yeah.
And Pep goes, "Yeah, we can talk about Gay Bowser all you want." And Pep's like, Cliff's like, "Gary Bowser," and he's like, "Oh, I thought you said Gay Bowser." To be fair, Pep, I also thought. He
Yeah,
said
I heard Gay Bowser as well.
So anyways.
Because, Nintendo 64. It's
yeah.
programmed.
Get Bowser.
So if you guys don't know, someone released the entire Super Mario Bros. Movie
Yeah.
to Twitter.
yeah.
And then the government, for copyright
Fucking
infringement,
incredible.
is pulling money from his paychecks, every single paycheck, to pay Nintendo
In perpetuity for life.
for life.
For life.
It's like he got divorced.
Like from Nintendo, and
Yeah.
Nintendo had the fucking
Best lawyer.
best
lawyer.
lawyer you can get.
And the thing is it wasn't even the lawyers that the government just said, "You know what? You fucked up. You're paying them for the rest of your life."
It's like we talked about. I think with that story, he was made an example.
Oh,
like that,
100%.
there's no way, because think about this.
That's how safe Nintendo is, though.
it really, because
The government will fuck
Yeah,
him
the
for you.
government will.
Rex, anything to say?
No. Quit doing it.
But
I
got
facts.
you. But I think it's such a bullshitty move too, because you can look it up right now that Mario Brothers movie made $1 billion. They're not fucking hurting.
No.
And on top of that,
How much did they have
But
to
the
pay
government
Jack
said,
Black,
hey,
though? Peaches.
he
That was
made
a
him
jam.
money. He made him money from that because it's on the iTunes fucking charts.
Dude, I was about to say, it's been hitting them too.
So it's just so funny to me because like Nintendo was just like, we won't do anything. We'll let the government
Yeah.
do it for us. And the government said,
We don't have to get our hands dirty.
no.
Well, that's also because of how strict the copyright laws are in Japan as well.
I mean, yeah, the copyright. This is a lot I've had to think about because
I know.
they can come after some stuff of mine. Truthfully, because of the One Piece of it all. But the copyright law is so strict that like if you get caught, it's not like a fine.
Yeah.
You go to jail.
Well, that's why Kintaro, isn't it Kintaro? I think the author of Love Hina that recently got elected, that's what he's fighting to change.
Yeah, their copyright
Because-
law is
Yeah, he's
fucking
fighting
wild.
to change for fair use.
Yeah,
I think.
fair use.
More fair use.
Because it does fair use is not a thing.
Not
Yeah,
them.
it doesn't
It
exist.
doesn't exist.
So he's trying to bring that around, which I wish him luck, but I don't
Which
see
would
it happening
probably-
anytime soon.
What that would probably mean for you is, especially if you use all of your stuff under fair use here,
yeah.
that your videos, especially the One Piece of it all, probably doesn't have access to Japanese servers, so people in Japan can't see them.
Okay, so what you can do, right, when you I'm not even close to this, but if you get to a certain level on YouTube, youtube.com/DanielPepper/Anime Unraveled, go to both.
Yeah.
Fair.
But when you get to a certain point on YouTube, you get what's called like a YouTube like advisor, basically.
Yeah.
You have a contact. You got a guy or a girl or
I've heard some of them can be very lackluster.
Unhelpful. Some can be very helpful. Some can be unhelpful. But what happens? Like it'll still be viewed anywhere around, like the world. But if something happens, you can talk with your advisor, and they can block it from going to those. But it's still such a hard process because there's a lot of content creators that would be like, yeah, just don't show my shit in Japan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because most of my audience is, American, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So don't show my stuff in Japan, but it's still so hard to make that happen. There's not an easy process.
Well, not only that, but there's VPNs and
Yeah.
stuff like that to be able to access servers
Exactly.
around the world.
But with that fair use law, and that's why you kind of can get away with it, and yeah, you might get a strike, but usually 90% of the time it gets overturned, is because how we're here in America, so our fair use laws kind of have to apply even in Japan, and that's why they don't really want to have that battle.
Yeah.
Unless you're Nintendo.
Nintendo just slammed their dick on the table and said, "You know what, government, handle it."
Sick 'em.
Do it for me. Get them. Do it for me.
But yeah, so
Buster Call.
Buster, they did Buster call his ass, 100%. Cannot without.
Way to go, Rex. Way to go, buddy.
I made a reference.
Buster called his ass. No, but it's just so funny to me because, like, you say Nintendo always gonna be safe. Microsoft just came out and said we've lost.
We've lost.
They were like, congratulations, Sony.
Yeah.
You've won.
Yeah.
And that alone is just really funny to me, which is wild because like Microsoft's console lost, but all of their stuff is also available on PC. So
That's what got them.
the long con of it all is that like if you added their game sales on PC,
Yeah.
then it would be one thing. Or if you even added Microsoft specific PC sales, like people that use Microsoft Windows.
If I was Microsoft, right, here's a free advice. If you want to sponsor us, please.
That's what we're gonna be
I'm
now.
this whole episode is me just trying to get us sponsors. You ready? But if I was them, what I would do, right, is I would get out of the console game, and I would focus on still have the Steam and maybe even have like your Xbox, have an app on the PC.
Steam's primarily Linux.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really focus on the PC and the gaming side of that, and then also work with Sony because you can get a bag for your like exclusives. Like if they, and that's where I would try to make up your money, because even the guy said it in the interview. I believe his name is Phil Spencer. He said it in the interview. This was the worst generation to lose.
Yeah.
And I really do think it is.
But the other thing is,
I also think consoles are dying,
They are.
in my opinion. I don't own a single console.
I mean, I own a PS5.
I don't own a single console.
You got a Switch?
Nope.
What?
I sold it
Oh, right.
Son.
for the camera.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't have a single console.
Dude, you're blowing my mind right now.
No, I mean, I get it, but like, technically speaking, that for Microsoft, yes, their console, the Xbox, that's their flagship console, but Microsoft is a PC company, and PC gaming should be included in Microsoft's thing. Sorry, not sorry. You can come at me if you want.
Well, the good thing is their Game Pass does do PC and
I know.
Xbox,
That's why
so-
I'm saying,
yeah.
like, they're like, oh, it's the worst generation to lose for the console wars. Like, motherfucker, you have computers.
Yeah, you get
PCs.
and especially with streaming being huge. Do you know how many games from like Steam have gotten big because of streaming? And it's so easy.
Jump King wouldn't be what it is if streaming didn't exist.
Because on the back end, it's so easy to stream PC games because you're already in that ecosystem.
Yeah.
So if
Not
I
only
was
that, but
them,
you can
man,
just download a piece of software and
hey,
good to
do
go.
what you got to do out there for your Pokemon Nuzlocke. You know, I'm not gonna say either way if emulation is good or bad, but you can do a thing.
You can do all the things. But yeah, no, that is just extremely wild to me. What's really funny, or not funny, but really cool to me regarding the Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo of it all. Sony is hinting at another handheld console to come out and collaborate, like with the PS5, like the PS Vita or the PSP.
I've given up on their handheld. I had
After
a
the
Vita.
the Vita was not good. The PSP was great.
Oh, the PSP
PSP.
was god tier.
God tier.
Do not get me wrong.
If we were
like,
gonna rank handheld systems, PSP
Yeah.
would be up there with the Game Boy.
it definitely is. Like
Well, technically,
PSP
Game Boy
changed the game.
Advanced.
Well, I think the PSP came out with the
Game
DS.
Boy SP, man. The clam?
Yeah, the clam. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Is that
SP.
not advanced?
No, that's SP. It
Advanced
came out.
SP.
It's the same, but yeah.
Yeah, the clamp.
Yeah.
That is the goat.
I was about to say the original Advance was okay, but the SP
clamp
was like
is
next level.
that is the
backlight.
Then they fucked up and did the DS, but
yeah. I didn't love the DS. And then they said, you know what we're gonna do? 3D.
yeah, which
It's in your face. No, it's not.
God, that hurt my brain.
Yeah, I don't use the 3D function on my 3DS.
I never owned a 3DS because I knew what I was about.
I
Same
did
reason-
because I like Pokemon.
I did because of Monster Hunter.
fools.
Same reason I had the PSP and I got the Vita in hopes of Monster Hunter, but then they lost the rights.
Then you played Untold Legends and you said yes.
Allegedly, the new Sony handheld is supposed to be super, like, it's supposed to be designed in hand, like, with the PlayStation.
It's the Switch. It's the fucking Wii
Switch
U.
of the-
I guarantee it's more Wii U than Switch.
No, it's like going to be like it's going to be closer to like Switch than
I think
Wii
that
U.
I don't think they need to do that.
Either
No.
that or Steam Deck esque.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
And you already have the Steam Deck and you already have like the Switch.
that's why Sony is like they're like, oh, the Steam Deck seems to be doing well.
and
Well,
here's,
that's because of how much you can do with it.
oh yeah.
here's a question for you fellas because we're old.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm old.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest.
but do you guys?
Damn the government.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it
get
is.
off my lawn.
Basically.
Give
I'm
me
getting
back
there.
my taxes. Taxation without representation is theft.
So Rex,
What have we done?
what was the Mayflower like? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I mean, you've seen One Piece. It's
I
like that.
understand. No, but
Done.
Yeah, that song
Dun,
played the
dun,
whole
dun.
time.
But what do you think? Do you guys actually use your portableness in your games? Like, because you got a Steam Deck and you both have Switches. Like, do you actually really use the
Yeah.
portability of it? Do you really?
I don't really play my
Yeah, I was
Switch
about to say-
connected to my TV.
Yeah, I don't really dock them except I dock the Steam Deck for Hogwarts Legacy because Autumn plays it.
Yeah. So do you think that? I know you would because you bought a PS5, so I guess it's more of a Rex way. Do you really think that you're in the market for a
Handheld.
console connect to your TV and that's it? Or do you think do you think Switch changed the game so much that every physical console coming
Needs to be
Needs to
handheld.
be
No,
portable
I
like
don't
that?
feel like every console needs to be portable. The thing is that makes my situation different is if I'm going to play something that I'm going to sit and play, I might as well get it on PC if it's available.
because of Steam Deck?
And we've got
Well,
these nice chairs still.
Also, just I prefer playing on PC. Like I can connect a controller if I want to.
Yeah.
I could stream it to my TV in the living room if I want to. But
Yeah, we do have that ability.
Yeah, PC is just
PC's
so,
a beast.
It is. I mean, and obviously,
You're paying a lot more, but you can
you can
if-
upgrade easier. Because like the console is the console. I guess
Well,
if you're a mad scientist, you can open the guts up and do something.
You
The
can
PS5 is
upgrade-
a little bit more modular now
As-
than it was with the 4.
That's you can upgrade easier unless they completely change the motherboards, and then you just basically have to do a full upgrade, which is still hella money.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
Now-
gross.
The thing is, and part of the reason why I do have a PS5 is console exclusives through Sony.
Yeah.
And I like those games,
Sure.
and they play better on the 5.
Right.
They
And
do.
sometimes I don't want to sit in my office and play on my computer. Sometimes I want to sit in my lazy boy in the living room and just look up at the Bravia and do nothing.
That's why I put it on my ceiling so I can just lay back.
That's why I have a projector straight
No,
up to the fucking
but
ceiling.
it's mounted above the mantle, and I finally got the height just right with the angle, so I can like be laid back in the
Let your gut out.
the lazy 100%. I just sit there like this. I don't have to do anything.
Nice.
It's so great.
You know, this episode has gone way way I wasn't expecting it.
Oh, that's fine.
I mean, yeah. Welcome to Anime Unraveled.
Yeah.
Unraveled
We
is the
are
key word of this
unraveled.
episode.
Yeah. Because here's the thing: is that was just one thing that I kind of wanted to branch out on. You had something.
Oh
else.
yeah, I do. So I'm not sure if you boys were.
We're never gonna get to villains anyway.
Hey, we
Well,
might.
we did. The government.
The government. Rex, anything to say?
say? Anyways, so
It's never not funny.
It's not. But
All right.
I'm not sure if you guys were into this as much as I was growing up. But
Conspiracy theories?
no,
Probably not.
stop it. I was not. Anyways, Beyblade.
Oh, I loved Beyblades.
Let it rip, dude.
I used to build all of. I was getting them when they were made of metal and could kill you.
Yeah.
I had like 3 of the arena things. I had all of the different types that I would make and mish and mash to make my own personal Beyblades. I loved Beyblades.
And I didn't own a single one.
I owned a lot. But
I
anyways,
wish I knew what happened to them.
in news of
Government.
Beyblade, there's probably government.
It's probably sitting in a Goodwill
Weapons
somewhere.
of mass destruction. Anyways,
Honestly,
So-
though, like original metal Beyblade should never have been in the hands of like an 8-year-old
children.
child.
No,
Or
especially if
weapons.
you got like the long rip cord. Dear God, you could fuck some people up.
100%.
But imagine a gun that just shot Beyblades. Hey, America, I'm giving you ideas. Anyway,
If you want to sponsor us,
but
Let
anyways,
it rip.
Beyblade the anime
Yeah,
is
yeah.
coming back.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Are we
And
getting Pegasus back?
I have no idea.
are we getting a retelling?
Wait, Pegasus.
Wasn't the original Beyblade
That was
Pegasus,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
or was it Dragoon?
It was Dragoon.
It was Dragoon. I
Yeah.
remember a Pegasus Beyblade.
I don't know.
I think I had the Pegasus Beyblade. That might
Maybe.
be
Of
why.
Of course you did.
But
I had both.
the
I had all of them.
interesting
Savage.
thing about this is the story is being written by the same person that wrote Kakagiri. And the art is being done by the same person that did Promise Neverland.
What a weird fucking
Combo?
Hodgepodge?
yeah, because Kakagiri the gambling.
Yeah, gambling.
gambling.
Yeah.
And then
That
Promised
looks
Neverland.
very horny.
Yeah, it was very horny. I hope it is not that for Beyblade.
I've been thinking about reading Kakagiri to be honest.
To
with
be
you.
honest
buddy.
with you, I
I
saw
mean,
like the
those
first scene from
spines.
the anime, and I'm like, listen, this looks horny.
Those spines,
in.
though.
Maybe. Yeah, those their manga.
Their
spines
manga
are
looks so clean.
good.
So does Plunderer, but you guys refuse to read that.
Well,
Yeah,
I've
that's true.
watched it, and I know it's.
It's also horny.
Yeah,
Nah, I was gonna say
and
mid.
Promise Neverland, not horny.
No.
No, I hope not.
Yeah. Well, what's the difference?
Oh my
No,
god, we're not doing this
this.
again.
But there's also a box set of the Promise Neverland manga coming out
Yeah,
in September,
which is pretty badass.
because I heard season 2 they really fucking let it rip.
Oh, they dropped the ball.
They did.
They did
So-
let it rip.
They did let it rip. Thank you. So is it a retelling of Beyblade or is it just a new
it's
story?
a new series. Like it's basically okay. I'm not sure if you've kept in touch with Beyblade.
I was never in touch with
Oh,
Beyblade.
okay,
I
well-
never had Beyblade's number. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you had your original Beyblade that followed Ty and the crew, and then eventually, when I stopped watching, they switched to new people, kind of like how Yu-Gi-Oh is done.
Yeah.
So I think it's just their new protagonist and new series.
Yeah, Beyblade actually went on for a while.
It did.
after
The original one had like 50 something episodes, I think, and then after that, they just kept going.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah.
Beyblades.
Which, by the way, the
Let it rip.
anime was so bad. Like, especially if you watch it dub. Go back and watch
Boy.
it dub. It's so funny though.
Yeah, but like it was really cool when they would like let it rip, and like you would actually get the spirit monsters that resided in the Beyblades.
I do remember.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the like trailers and stuff. Was it on like 4Kids or something?
Oh yeah, four
And they
kids
would
had
let
it.
it rip, and then you would get like Dragoon, and it would just be like this like giant dragon that
Yeah.
came
Coming
out
out
of
of
a
it,
small
yeah.
spinning
Yeah,
top.
I never watched it. I always was too busy watching Hamtaro. You know, I loved Hamtaro. Listen,
Speaking
don't
of
laugh
You,
at
know,
me.
you love
Speaking
Hamtaro,
of
but you
Hamtaro,
don't ever
I-
get to play. You don't like playing the hamster in Overwatch 2.
Yeah, because he sucks.
I have a few of Hamtaro's friends living in my shed.
Ooh.
Problematic.
You got some rats in the shed?
I got some mice.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to solve that one.
Yeah.
It won't
go-
go as well as Hamtaro.
Just go put an owl figure in there. They'll run.
Yeah, they will.
I mean, I have the owls literally living in the woods outside.
Well, they're useless.
yeah.
No, they are not. Saw one of them toting something heavy.
What?
I don't know. It was big though.
Probably a squirrel.
No, it was probably a rabbit. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Sadness of the world.
You know who didn't have sadness? Hamtaro. Let's talk about it. It was so lighthearted and fun. I remember this as a child, as a young whippersnapper.
I bet you remember the song.
If I heard it for a second, it would come back.
Hamtaro, if we work together.
No, I got nothing.
Really, nothing? I wonder if
I was
Japanese.
looking at you with such expectation
but
in
here's the
my
thing, Rex,
eyes.
it's not your singing. Okay, I just don't remember it. You know, it's nothing against
Thanks,
you.
thanks.
It's not
It's
about
everything
you.
against you.
It's
No,
not about
my
you.
singing's awful.
Yeah,
Let's go.
But I remember, as a child, I would go over to my grandmother. She had an above ground pool. We didn't have an in ground pool.
Yeah.
I wasn't living that life. But I would get done, sit in my towel, with my snacks, Hamtaro, my Capri Sun and Hamtaro.
Capri Sun?
It was amazing, dude.
Hell yeah.
It was probably one of my favorite. That and Jackie Chan Adventures. Loved
Jackie
both.
Chan
Jackie Chan
Adventures was
Adventures.
up
So
there.
good. So good.
Let's talk. What are some of our favorite shows growing up as children?
Jowlin
Oh.
Showdown.
No,
I never got into that.
I
I
couldn't
did.
get into it.
I
never
loved
got
it.
into
I love Jackie Chan.
Jackie
Adventures.
Chan Adventures.
Adventures.
I mean,
Boys,
I've watched through that series too many times.
I bet it still holds up to today.
That does.
You go watch Jackie Chan Adventures. You're about the talismans. You're about it. You're
It's
just
a-
like,
Oh, it still holds
so
up.
I don't know which one came first, but there's also I probably have mentioned this before, but there was another show that was very similar to Jackie Chan Adventures, but it was Chuck Norris. Did you ever see this thing?
No.
I guarantee you have not mentioned that before.
Oh wait, have I not? Okay, dear God. So
Because I would remember Chuck Norris Adventures.
Adult Swim dug this shit up, I guess, because it had to be older. Because you know how at the end of every episode of Jackie Chan Adventures, he'd come and
He'd
like
pop on screen.
Yeah, he'd like say, "Hey, someone sent this message.
Don't
and,
do drugs.
Yeah, don't do drugs or whatever."
Yeah, bye.
It was like
Like-
Jackie Chan's own like writer's corner. Like
Yeah,
it does.
it was
basically
100%.
The Chuck Norris one did the same thing, and he was younger in it. So I assume this was made even before Jackie Chan
Had to have
Adventures. But the Chuck Norris show was so racist.
That
Oh.
tracks.
It's Chuck Norris.
Yeah, it's
I'm surprised he didn't pitch his little exercise machine. That's his thing, dude. I was surprised he didn't pop in there. Hey, kids, stop being fat. Go exercise with my machine.
I mean,
I forgot
I'm
what it's
pretty
called.
sure he
Bowflex?
was like working out in the
Bowflex?
background of most of them.
Yeah, Chuck fucking Norris. I mean, Chuck Norris. Hey, listen, he can fight anything. I've seen YouTube clips of like 100 Chuck Norrises versus 1,000 dragons on that little like.
Oh,
they
I
had that
love
little
those
Imola-
simulations.
Imola game. Chuck Norris fucking wins every time. He's basically like a way less cool Keanu Reeves.
Do you think Chuck Norris was like the beginning of like memes actually becoming a big thing?
100%.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think he's the godfather of the meme.
I don't know. There was stuff before him.
This episode. Man.
I mean, what do you think
Christ.
the god? I mean, what
Was-
do you think the first meme is?
The first meme.
Neon
Oh.
Cat? You remember that?
Oh, Neon Cat.
Yeah.
No, there was stuff way before that.
Was there? I don't know.
Yeah, like I King has cheeseburger was way before that.
Star Wars kid.
Still way before that. There's so much. The amount of time that the internet has existed, we have too
The
many.
internet
memes.
is the true villain of society.
Do you think Rex? Any thoughts?
Stop it.
Do you think that the person that created the first meme was like, "This is a like"? How did they think?
I
Like,
think they probably were just like, this is a dumb joke.
But where did meme
it took
come
off.
from? Where did meme come from? The name meme.
Humanity.
Well,
I used to call it meme.
I think
you and a lot of people used to say that.
I think the term meme had existed way before it actually became used for what it is today.
Right.
Like I think it existed in like the 30s or 60s, somewhere around there.
And then people were just like, "This is
Yeah.
this funny thing on the end."
I don't know where.
Pikachu used Thunderbolt in this bathtub. They didn't know where it was. Have you seen this?
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
so fucking good.
He showed that to me today. I was just like, how
It's-
have I missed this?
I'm not a big meme guy, but I saw this meme and I said, "Fucking right." I relate to this so much. It's fucking Ash hugging Pikachu
In the bathtub?
Pikachu used Thunderbolt.
Pikachu, finish it. Use Thunderbolt.
It's so fucking good. But yeah, I just can't imagine with the internet being the way that it is, the first person that created a meme, and that's why I would really love. Let us know in the comments, like what do you think the first meme is?
Probably Google it.
I
mean,
yeah, I guarantee you we could find.
It had
out.
to be around before Newgrounds.
It had to be around before.
Around and
No,
before.
I'm saying around before Newgrounds.
Yeah. That makes
Because Newgrounds like made a lot of the things that were memes.
What about Homestar Runner?
Homestar Runner was one of the
I don't know,
OGs.
Strong bad.
Yeah.
JoJo's has been making memes since it started.
Well, the thing is, JoJo's was ahead of its time.
Yeah, it was not creating the memes.
Yeah,
the memes
are
created around it.
Yeah, but the thing is,
It's God tier.
it's God tier. I don't know how
I mean, the
if he
show
planned
itself
it.
is not, but the memes are.
What do you? Okay, this is an anime podcast. Remember?
Yeah.
No. Why do you think I said JoJo's?
But
I was getting us out of this hole.
no. I'll dig us deeper, but with anime. I'll dig us with the anime. So
Use the waifus.
If you had to, because you guys love memes. We have
Love
a whole Instagram little chat about the memes.
Yeah,
that you two
100%.
do.
I send so many JoJo's memes.
Top 5 memed animes.
JoJo's number one.
Number one has to
Number
be.
one.
Has to be Rex. Don't look crazy.
No, JoJo's is definitely number one.
one.
I'm trying to think of what the other 4 would be. Like
JoJo's.
That's why my
JoJo's.
Hear me
Different
out,
parts
hear
of
me out, hear me out.
JoJo's.
The first one, Joe. The second one, Joe. Third one,
Fourth one, Bizarre.
Bizarre.
Fifth one,
Adventure.
Adventures.
Or you could do this: JoJo's Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5.
I mean, Pokemon had some memes.
Pikachu
Nowhere
used Thunderbolt.
near.
Nowhere near JoJo's. No.
I just don't. I think if you're gonna tier list memes, right? Which I didn't.
JoJo's
I didn't think we were going to do, but since we're doing, JoJo's is it's literally its own tier. It's
is.
It's literally JoJo's. Everything else.
Well, that's because literally JoJo memes now like conquer the internet in ways that you would just be like. I was watching a video the other day that shouldn't have been anything. It ended up being a JoJo's meme by the end of it. I wasn't even.
I send a lot of those to you guys.
Yeah, I thought this video was like about something for real, and it was just a fucking JoJo's meme. I was like,
you were expecting a meme, but it's me, Dio.
No. yeah, basically. That is basically how it ended. I was just like, I thought I was learning something, but no.
But yeah, I mean,
But no, it was me,
Dio.
By the way, I thought of a meme the other day. I'm surprised no one's made it. But do you remember in Cowboy Bebop when they ate the mushrooms?
maybe.
Okay, it's the Mushroom Samba episode.
Yeah.
So Spike ate the mushrooms, and he had the hallucination of just walking up the endless stairs. I'm waiting for someone to edit Dio at the top. Like, dear God.
I think JoJo's is one of the only shows, and not even animes, shows that have gotten more popular because memes.
Oh, 100%.
I believe
I can't
Like-
stand the show, but you put a JoJo's meme in front of me, I'm like, that's good
yeah,
shit.
I'm watching it 4 times.
They actually, if you think about it, they started producing the newer JoJo's animation right when memes were hitting hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, they couldn't have timed it better.
I mean, it really is, especially here in North America, JoJo's exploded because of the memes.
Oh, yeah, because it came out in like
has
2000.
watched more minutes of JoJo memes than the actual fucking show.
Facts.
Highly likely.
This is so incredibly terrifyingly facts because you'll see if you saw our Instagram feed, I will get on a kick where I will be on Instagram looking through the shorts and I will just send it. We have a group chat for memes. And it's like JoJo's. Like it's like 15 JoJo's
One
memes
cool
in a row.
One Piece thing happening. Like that's what it is. Like
Like
JoJo.
One Piece
thing.
meme.
Yeah, I was about to say, One Piece has some memes too.
Yeah.
It does.
It's
But
up there.
like, and then there's the Converse, the JoJo's Converse that I was like, Pep would like these. Pep would respect these.
I would.
Dude,
I
yeah.
would respect
The
them.
moment I saw those, I was like, if they actually exist, send them.
Send them to
Send
me.
them to me.
Send them to
I
me.
can give you life savings.
Dude, yeah. I here's the thing. When this podcast, when you go subscribe and tell your friends about it and tell the Arby's employee and it really pops off and we have finances, the
Money.
amount of taxes that I'm
Because
gonna,
capitalism is the real villain, right?
Rex, any thoughts?
Accuracies.
But the amount of tax write-offs that I'm gonna have of JoJo's, the drip of JoJo's is we're
Would
fucking
that all still be
incredible.
considered tax write-offs?
No, for the podcast, yeah.
You'd have to wear them.
I would,
Oh yeah, fair.
I'll wear it every episode. I've wore this same fucking shirt 4 episodes by accident.
So
My fucking laundry. My laundry got me, dude. And I do it without thinking. By the time I'm in my car headed to you, I'm like, God damn it.
I look at myself in the mirror.
Like, he actually does his laundry. Like,
I do, yeah.
It's not that he just picks a shirt out of dirty clothes.
No, I really, I like doing laundry. I'm a weirdo, dude.
I do not like doing laundry, but I do it.
He's like, I've worn this shirt the past 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, have you?
Yeah. Go back to all the episodes and look.
I've seen it.
Yeah. The funny part about it is I don't realize it until I'm in the car. I'm driving. I'm going to Rex and I'm thinking to myself, God damn, I've done it again.
You know the worst part is that if we all just decided to just have one outfit we wore to record.
I've thought about that. So if we ever, whenever we record
it'll
2
fuck
episodes.
up people. Yeah. You can't tell where the
Never know.
timeline is.
Yeah.
You never know.
It would
Maybe if we make Anime Unraveled merch,
That would be cool.
we'll just wear
I'm
the
working.
merch.
I'm on some stuff with that.
You working on a hat?
Yeah,
I'm a hat guy.
I know you're a hat guy.
It's because I have no hair.
You have hair, buddy.
If you can't save it, shave it. If you can't grow it, mow it.
I'm not ready.
Too
yet.
soon.
That's too soon.
Too soon.
I'm gonna hold on to it.
And then we'll get you a JoJo's tattoo on your head.
No.
My first tattoo is gonna be a JoJo's tattoo on my. Hey, go big or go home.
Exactly.
There's no middle ground for me.
No.
I'm gonna get a face tattoo as my first tattoo.
No, don't do that.
And it's gonna be the aura like going across my mouth. Be cool. I mean, I would have to do this for a career because I feel like people would not
at that
hire
point,
me.
you're not gonna get a
Or
job.
I bet somebody
Would
would
see that and
respect
be like,
the fuck out of it. I don't give a fuck what your qualifications are. You hired.
or they'd be like, sir, why do you have aura? And then you would look at them and be like, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay, so I know you haven't been keeping up with anime recently.
Or the Kardashians, but yes, go ahead.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad on that latter part.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Or the government.
Thank you.
Or the government. Rex, any
I mean,
thoughts?
a lot, but we're gonna skip those for now.
Sure.
Are we?
Yes.
Osha No Ko, how
Okay.
far did you get as far as the manga?
Okay, the manga, I have read the first volume because we only have the first volume. The first volume ends. Sorry, Tristan. The first volume ends is when he's sitting.
We've recorded anime
like
podcasts. Unlike you two, I expect spoilers.
He's sitting in like the limo and he's like, I'm gonna make my decision to hunt them down. it
Okay,
has to
so
be the
right
end
when
of
he's
the-
going to school.
Right, it has to be the end of the first episode.
Okay.
I'd imagine.
So I am completely caught up with the anime, which
Right.
is a good bit ahead of the manga, I guess.
At this point, for sure.
But I feel like this anime is gonna be compared to Death Note a good bit.
Do you think that it's one? I have 2 questions in turn. Do you think that it's the best anime this season? Can you make that decision yet?
No,
I've
because-
heard people on the internet freak the fuck out.
Yeah,
about
So-
this anime.
it's like, well, Osha No Ko also, speaking of, so it overtook Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and then the Brotherhood said,
Took
no,
it
God
right
dang.
back. Took it
Yeah, I
right
was about to say.
back.
Motherfuckers.
The brothers never give up.
No, dude, like, I think you're right. I think there's a dedicated, like, group of people that are like,
They're
oh,
just
no.
waiting.
100%.
They're like,
Yeah, they
I'm just
review bomb
convinced.
that thing and then they review up the thing.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
But no, Osha No Ko, like, it could be. Like, if it keeps going the way it is, it definitely could be the best of this season.
Mashal is really good this
Mashal
season.
is really good, but its animation in comparison of Osha No Ko is nothing.
Well, yeah, but it's real funny.
Yeah, well,
It is-
Hamstring magic.
Hamstring Magic.
Big
good.
Bang Dash.
Yeah, real good.
yeah, but they're 2 different animes.
But,
I feel like Osha No Koi is like
There's no oi.
Osha No Ko.
Yeah,
Oh.
either way, doesn't matter.
It does,
Why?
because I said so.
Okay, fair.
But no, the reason why I think it's going to be compared to Death Note, though, is because obviously, he's hunting for the person that, you know.
Yeah.
I already
Took out
know
his
all
mom.
this.
Oh.
Took
I
out his
already
mom.
know.
We already
Okay.
talked about
Yeah,
this
yeah.
in front of Tristan last
So,
episode.
he doesn't know what who he's hunting for looks like or anything, really.
Right.
And I feel like it's going to be a similar situation to like the old James Bond movies. Like, what if he
Hold
just
the
gets a
fucking phone.
what if he just
love
gets a
James
call
Bond.
from this guy and it's kind of like Ernst Stravo Brofeld? Do you remember him? He was one of the villains that you literally only saw him like petting a cat.
Rex. Do you know how bad I am with names? Do you really think I'm going to get anywhere
Okay,
close
do you
to
not
remembering?
remember that villain though?
Yes, I
Yeah.
know what he looks like. He's got kind of the eye thing
Yeah, the
going
scar
on.
eye. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, you didn't see his face for like the first forever.
Right.
So I feel like that might be what they're gonna go for this, and if they do, it's gonna be amazing because so far, like even just the relationships as far as his everyday, they
Right.
make it extremely interesting. So if they build something like that, this could be the next Death Note.
I still think it's hilarious that he's literally the doctor that delivered the kids.
Well, he didn't deliver the
Deliver.
kids.
He got murdered.
Yeah, he didn't make it to deliver.
Yeah.
Delivery. But then he became the child.
Yeah.
He helped with the prenatal care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was there for her,
And then he was in her.
Okay, this is awkward. Let's.
You're not going to tell me I'm wrong? Because technically speaking,
When
he died, he was reincarnated into that child.
Oh wait, he didn't wake up as a child until after delivery.
yeah,
though.
so he was never inside of her.
Yeah.
Technically, he was.
No, that's jobless reincarnation that wants to be inside his mother.
Which begs the question.
Season 2, I hear, is real good,
No,
by the
no,
way.
I'm not even. Gonna go.
Like, completely unrelated side note to that. You brought that up. I've heard season 2 is fire.
I think the animation was killer in season 1. I never really finished it though.
I heard
No,
they
no.
dropped the ball on a little bit of the animation season 2.
But no, what I was gonna say is I think you're kind of right in not only the story that it's telling, but also when Death Note came out, and it's just like today, the animation really held up, and I think Osha No Ko I got it right the first time. Damn it. One day I'll get it.
You won't.
No, but I think that, like you were saying with Mashal, is they're not trying to really do anything. I think the anime that we're talking about, Osha No Ko,
Proud of you. You got
is
it.
really trying to give you that it's a movie. It's trying to give you that quality. Same reason I think it's the reason that it's 90 minutes in the first episode.
Which is
it's really trying
that's
to
crazy.
It's insanity.
it's setting the stage of like we're really trying to give you an experience.
Well,
with
yeah,
this.
they really are, and the fact that it's also a isekai, well,
Kind
somewhat-
of?
kind of.
Kind of?
I was about to say,
Is it?
I think it's a reincarnation.
It's just reincarnation.
Yeah,
It's not really. He doesn't get reborn into another world.
yeah, I know. It's the same as your boy Koming,
Yeah.
but that's still somewhat considered a isekai.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, it was. It was on the isekai list for a while,
Oh.
but they did alter it finally. So
So it's up dealer's choice. Maybe it is.
It is dealer's choice,
Yeah.
but it's just insane. I don't know if it honestly, Witch from Mercury.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah. You've
yeah.
been in the Discord typing.
Well,
like,
yeah,
boys, get on it.
I finally caught up, and dear God, buddy,
It's aggressive.
season 2. I thought the first episode was
Welcome
just,
to the jam.
Yeah, I thought the first episode was just like super hardcore, and then it was gonna slow down, kind of the way season 1 did.
Nope.
Fuck no. It took that and was like, we were just going slow. Let's go.
They put their heads down and just kept going.
I got a question for you without spoiling too much because I will catch up on it. Has it become less about the relationships?
No.
No.
Because that's the part I really liked about it.
No, the
was, like,
relationships are still a major part, and dear God, I cannot get.
I've already heard some backstabbing happens. You guys said it. You didn't tell me what.
Yeah,
you
I'm
just
not
said,
gonna tell you
said
what.
some
I will say
backstab-
it's backstabbing for the right reasons. In my personal opinion.
You're right, but
Is it trying to be space Game of Thrones?
actually, it was already kind of doing that.
Yeah, but like technically speaking, the main backstabbing that we're talking about happens to get away from the
Yeah.
thing. So
Which no, you also find out some fucked up shit though, like as to why Ariel is the way it is, and it's insanity. Like literally, they did the whole LSD Gundam trip that they usually do, but they explained it in a way that's just fucked up.
Do they explain that guy that keeps getting cloned? Is any of his stuff coming? Do you think? Okay, this is a better question.
Yeah.
way
he's
to
not
phrase
even
it.
cloned. They literally
Yeah, it's not even
physically
clones. They just
make people
alter
look-
people to look like them.
Okay, so this is a better question. Do you see this only being this,
24 episodes.
Yeah, this season 2.
It could,
you
but
think? You think it's gearing towards the end goal?
I'm saying.
Well, this isn't
well,
even
the thing
season
is-
2 technically. This
yeah.
is just part 2 of season 1.
I thought they called it season 2.
Did they? I thought it was a continuation.
I've seen it both ways.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but
But,
do you think this is going to be? Because this would be a fucking
So
tight
yeah,
24.
I was about to say, if they finish this in 24, it could be a masterpiece.
You
The
think
thing
if
is, if they don't finish it in 24 and they somehow keep this insanity going,
for another 24,
I cannot even. My mind is gonna explode. Like,
do you think this is going to be part of the conversation of best Gundams? You two are Gundam aficionados, so
to me, I would put it up there, but I know.
I mean, it's
because Iron Blooded Orphans.
the thing is that
A
in
lot-
a different sense of the terms, which for Mercury has started to dive down the Iron Blooded Orphans path.
really
has it.
in the terms of a lot of the corruption that's going on behind the scenes.
I mean, that's every Gundam, bud.
Yeah, but like this one's like family corruption.
Okay, well, the family corruption thing is also, again, once you guys know more about Ariel, you'll get the whole picture.
You'll understand.
Dear fucking Lord. Like,
Are they really focusing on that story or some? Because some of the side characters.
well, they finally had a whole episode about Jaturk, the son.
Yeah,
That,
see, he was the
Yeah.
most interesting to me.
Oh, dude, he gets his redemption.
Because he killed his own fucking
Dude,
father.
he literally goes through so much trauma.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was going to ask.
There's
I
a
was
whole
hoping-
episode that's just him being traumatized.
Oh, I really got to catch up then. Because I was really hoping that because it looked like it was going to be the Ariel show. And I just think that they have built enough side characters around them to have really
His
interesting
redemption
stories.
is literally like trying to do everything to help Soletta.
Yes, I know. He's doing multiple things. He's
Yeah,
also
but
trying to
His
bring.
main thing for what happens with certain things is to get her away.
Well, yes, 100%.
But the thing about it is, if you want to, whatever happened in season 1 or season 1 part 1 or whatever you want to call it, right? He, to me, had like one of the most interesting stories because he's already been through so much. Like he was like the king, and then he was mining, and then he killed his own father. Like they did so much with the little screen time that he had.
Now he's the
Then
king
he
again.
literally got abducted, like
Yeah,
right before he killed his father.
Yeah.
And
he's been through so fucking much with like
His,
an hour of screen time, the whole first
and
half.
then because his father passed, obviously that company is in shambles since its president got murdered.
yeah, I was gonna say he didn't pass. He was violently stabbed
Yeah, I was about to say he went in a bad way.
Well,
because he was
only-
looking for his fucking son. That scene is
So
so
heart-wrenching.
fucking good.
And dude, no, the episode that
That's
you
folks
finally get back to Jaturk and it's the aftermath of it.
You've got me excited.
Yeah,
you've got me excited.
The amount
You've
of
got me
trauma
excited.
that you witness, you're just like, dear fucking God, no, because he's in it.
I'm
Like,
surprised it did not come up last week in our trauma episode.
Well, I didn't
hadn't
get
really
here
seen
yet.
the trauma yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I made the mistake of not keeping up
Yeah.
with Gundam, so I called up and
We-
fuck.
Yeah, you guys got me excited. I'm actually
Yeah,
excited.
it's real good.
I want to check out Mashal too. I haven't checked out
Mashal-
It's very fun.
Mashal is great, but you can tell the animation budget is not.
It's very fun.
Yeah,
That's-
it's a
I'll
fun
say
anime.
that.
I need a fun anime.
I like when he punches magic away. That's my
Yes,
favorite
that's
part.
my favorite
Everyone's
thing.
like, you can't do that. And he's just like,
Yeah,
literally just backhands magic. Like
He's
this dude,
like-
this dude's getting ready to cast a spell that he used
To take down a
destroy
dragon.
a dragon. And Mashal,
yeah. He's
that's
like,
all he that's all he does. And this dude's like, you can't do that.
It just did.
Triples the magic output to essentially make it like a nuclear explosion. What does Mashal do?
he's a beast.
Yeah, the only
Also, eventually, you've already seen it, I'm sure, where he basically is just like, they're like, you can't do that. It's against the school rules. And he's like, who's gonna enforce it if I kill you?
so he's kind of a savage.
He is a complete savage.
Are you talking about when he buries the vice
Yeah.
principal? That shit's fucking hysterical. Vice principal's like, you're in so much trouble.
And he's like,
Knocks this dude into the ground, digs a hole, and then starts burying the vice principal while he's alive. The
Yeah.
vice principal's like, you can't do this. I'm the vice principal. And Mash looks this dude in the eyes and says, what are you gonna do?
Who's gonna stop me?
I can bury you
I can
whenever
bury
I
you
want.
any time of day. Doesn't matter.
And you're saying this is a comedy
Yeah,
anime?
it's a comedy.
Honestly, it's very funny.
It's so good. He might be the villain of the show. Let's be real.
You guys want to talk about villains?
I do actually, because
All right.
I started thinking about it. Like, there's some anime that
Wait, we're finally. The worst part is we're 2 minutes away from actually recording the actual episode for an hour after our 11-minute tangent.
it's all good. It's all
Oh,
good.
man.
But I was thinking about it, and there's one anime I thought of that literally you follow the villain the whole time. But it doesn't-
Lelouch, Code
no,
Geass.
no, but it
Well,
doesn't
that
feel.
is true.
And that you're following the villain.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
He's not really a villain
Dude, he's killing people
because the
because
government
fucked him.
is yeah.
Yeah.
So again,
Rex, anything?
the
I
government.
mean, I side with him all the way. But
You're the Lelouch of this podcast.
no. I'm not nearly good enough at chess. But
One day, maybe.
maybe. But no, Eden of the East, because while he's presented as a hero, he literally is a fucking villain.
Yeah, because he's lost his memories and stuff.
Well, yeah, he lost his memories, and he immediately thinks he's a terrorist when he sees his apartment. He's like, "Oh shit,
I'm fucked up.
Am I Jason Bourne?"
Oh no, they found me.
But
I think Eden of the East was
underrated.
Underrated.
100%. It's one of the best anime.
I don't know how in before you motherfuckers.
That you watched it?
Hello. I don't know how it came across but it did.
It did. You were like, hey, I like
I watched every episode and I
It's
watched
so
the movie.
good.
The movie is
The
alright.
movie, no, it could have ended at episode 13 and been good.
I think watch Eden of the East, the show.
Yeah,
and
don't
you're
watch
solid.
the movies. Just
And you're
hang it up
solid.
after that.
Yeah, you're solid. But that show is so. But again, I think yes, like the reason that it is it's a tight 13, man.
It is.
I really think there's something to be said. While I do enjoy
Longer
running
series.
yeah, like
One Piece.
One Piece. But I think there's something to be said, man. You got a tight 13. You can really do cool shit.
Well, yeah, if you actually condense your material and don't just have,
As long as
wasted air all the time.
Yeah, if you have a plan going in.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You got to have a plan.
You know what I actually have been thoroughly enjoying, and it's like I kind of
Hell's
realized.
Paradise.
Yes.
That's the
Well,
only
that's
anime
because
I've been
literally
keeping up with.
everyone in that, if you think about this,
They're all the villains.
They're all villains.
They all yes and no. Okay, so I'm current.
Well,
I am not current.
Okay,
I'm 2 behind.
There's literally one person that's not a villain.
I mean,
And
technically
the
speaking,
samurai, but the samurai are villains.
technically the Asamon aren't villains, but also technically,
are.
realistically, and you learn this later on, that everyone is really a fucked up villain except for a child that's
Yeah,
up
the
there.
child. Yeah,
He's-
100%.
that- the
He
little-
literally is only a villain because
It's
yeah,
a
it's
girl.
a she. You're
It's
right.
a girl. And she's only there because she was the shogunate literally was like, no one can live in the mountains against the shogunate's
Basically, they weren't
laws.
paying taxes, so
So yeah, that's the only reason
Actually,
she's there.
I mean,
Also, if you think about
that's accurate. That's why they killed them all.
it, Gabimaru was only like
The
doing
Hollow.
the hollow. He only did what he was doing because he was essentially brainwashed by his village to do so.
Well, yeah.
And
That
you
is
see
true.
him breaking that brainwashing after his
wife.
His wife. Yes. Now, the true villain of that series is the environment.
Yeah, 100%.
Well,
That's realistically
100%.
that is the only
Legitimately.
the government
Rex.
and the environment
Yeah,
are
yeah.
the true villains of that series.
Nature versus nurture.
I
Let's talk
mean-
about it.
You're not wrong.
Because like the shogunate's like, we want immortality, and
Right.
they're like, well, you can't have it
Well,
because it's
fuck
on this
off and die.
magical island that has fishmen with 4 arms.
Fucking savage.
Yeah, I was about to say the monsters in Hell's Paradise are monstrous.
That's a drug trip.
Yeah, it
That
really
is
is.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. I love.
Could not watch Hell's Paradise while tripping.
No.
No.
No, that sounds like a nightmare.
That
That's
sounds like
nightmare
nightmare fuel.
But yeah, Hell's Paradise is the only one. Again, I'm still 2 episodes behind, but it's the only one I'm currently actively trying to keep up with because I really think it's fucking good.
Also,
It's
Mappa.
fucking-
Mappa.
Mappa, we apologize.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mappa did good
I'm
work.
so sorry.
They
I'm
done-
so sorry.
Now,
Now, I will say, though, my favorite thing about every time I start Hell's Paradise, it's the motorcycles. Every single time.
Petty as shit.
that petty shit.
Just like Viz
they
Media.
didn't- they didn't
Viz
even-
Media is the one that took out the Viz Media. Fucking way
They
to go.
didn't even steal Hell's Paradise from fucking Wit.
No, they
No.
just stole their intro.
Yeah, they stole their intro that they literally only ever used for Vinland Saga. Because if you look at any other Studio Whip productions, they didn't have the motorcycles. But now that Mappa took Vinland Saga, they're like, we're going to use that for all of our productions.
Everything.
Plot
Watch
twist, there's like-
Attack on Titan start
there's
using
like
it.
a
There might be
secret-
some
secret
bad
deal.
blood. There might be some bad blood, and they were like, for something with the Vinland, like I feel like Wit actually got that ripped from their claws.
It seems that way. Because
and
honestly,
then they want to remind them with every Mappa joint
I
that
feel-
we ripped that from you.
We
took
stole that from. But
you.
also now it's in every episode of Hell's Paradise.
Yeah, it's
I
all
literally feel like Vinland Saga was the perfect anime for
Wit.
Wit.
I
Like,
think Wit could have done
its
some-
style.
I think it would have launched. Not that Wit has been doing good shit and stuff before.
I mean, they did.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Mappa. But I think
Everything they love dies.
I think Wit could have really launched their name into a Mappa-like stratosphere with Vinland Saga if they would have kept it. That story gets fucking cool, and I think.
Well,
I
yes,
mean,
but people shit on season 2 so much. I literally saw a
But
comment the other day that was like, season 1 is obviously better because season 2 Thorfinn's a bitch, and I was like, obviously you're not paying attention to the story if you think that.
But no, I think with season 2 of Vinland Saga, mark my words, right? Write this, timestamp this bad boy. By the time
13:58 on Saturday,
got it,
May 13th.
got it. By the time that season 3, like the later on, season 2 will be looked at differently than it is now. Just like in the manga, I think the manga, it's slow, but then when you realize kind of what it's building up to,
So for me, I didn't have that issue because I already knew that Thorfinn was a complete badass. So I was just waiting for the moments for him to pop off during the farm arc.
yeah.
And which he doesn't do it often, but he has his moments.
Do you think they're gonna get to his personal death dealer, basically?
No, they're not going to get to that.
I still have yet to watch.
There's
season
no
2.
way because they're up to episode, I think, like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And right now, it's literally at the part where Canute's about to make
Show
his
up.
landing.
Oh yeah, they're definitely not. When they get to that
Which-
character,
By the by,
yeah,
best villains ever, Canute is up there. Like,
Canute is Canute.
Canute has had a fucking trial of a life.
I think it is so fun and interesting to watch this character
Transform.
go from this very meek, mild prince
Yeah.
to this fucking disturbed king.
Well, yeah, going from this prince that often people would consider him a princess
Yeah, exactly.
to one of the baddest motherfuckers that exists.
Yeah, and not in like a cool way too, but like a
Disturbing
disturbed
way.
fucking.
It's
So like the prince from season 1 that didn't do shit.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He is
No.
He is different.
He is that guy in this.
He is different.
Like,
I really need to watch
You
season
need-
2
You
so
do,
badly.
You
because-
need to finish season 1.
I have
You're at the part of Askeladd doing what he needs to do.
dying. Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's so good.
it is so good.
Uh,
Again, Askeladd, one of the best villains
Yeah,
ever.
he's not a villain.
He's
To me-
he's
to
an
me, he's
anti-hero.
not.
He's an
He's an
anti-hero.
anti-hero,
100%. Because
Well, you say that, but he did slaughter a whole village just because there wouldn't be enough food.
Vegeta killed a bunch of Namekians that never came back to life.
Yeah, man, that was
He's not a
something
villain.
amazing. Yeah, he is.
No, Vegeta's not a villain.
Anti-hero.
He's not even an anti-hero. At
Not
this
anymore,
point.
no.
He's
Well,
like,
not
I'm not
anymore.
leaving the birth of
Yeah,
my
okay,
child.
not
you
anymore,
fucking
but he
savage.
was a
Vegeta
villain.
had a redemption arc
Yeah, I was
with
about to say,
Boo.
Vegeta was a villain at one point.
One
and
of
then
Vegeta,
true redemption with Boo, and then
Yeah.
after that, he got soft.
his total sacrifice, man. I think that's
That
one
was
of
still
Vegeta's
one of the best
shining
moments. Yeah.
One of or the?
No, he's
No,
had
it's
some
one
more.
of. He
He's
has
had
a
some
few
more.
others.
If I had to pick his other shining moments when he threw Nappa into the air and said, "Go fuck yourself,"
9 minutes 42 seconds. 9 minutes 42 seconds. What happens then, Vegeta? Best moment of my life.
Team 4-star classic. Definitely is the reason that like Dragon Ball
It's
is
still alive so well, yeah. 100%.
I think it carried Dragon Ball.
That
on
was
its
like
back.
my because like you're sitting there and he like it's the exact timestamp,
yeah.
Yeah.
and you're like, this is great.
They're attention
I'm
to
not
detail.
a Pokemon. I'm a Chaozu. Chaozu. It's a wild Chaozu, Vegeta.
But yeah, man, I guess since we did promise some villains at the beginning of this episode,
Which
a
well, we did. Hey,
long time ago.
Hey,
Long time
the
ago.
government.
Rex, any questions?
I mean, world government in One Piece.
Yeah.
Pretty villainous.
If I had to say best villain in One Piece for me personally,
I already know who you're gonna say.
Doflamingo.
Yeah,
Doflamingo's
Doflamingo.
real good. I don't know though, cause like
Smoker is not a villain, but
no,
he's good.
not
He's not a
Smoker.
You're thinking of
What's his name? I'm drawing a blank.
Crocodile?
On him.
no, what are you thinking?
Beast King.
Beast King.
Yes.
Oh, Zeppelin.
No,
not Zeppelin.
no.
I was about to say, are we talking
no,
JoJo's?
No. Oh my
Fuck,
god.
right? I know. I went to think of. I know his name. Turns into the giant dragon.
He turned. Kaido.
Kaido.
We
that's
were
it.
talking about two different people.
Yes.
I was talking about the guy that's in the chapters now. He was the one with the bird. He's the one with the bird.
Oh yeah. No,
Uh,
I'm talking about Kaido. I think that the Kaido was pivotal to me for Luffy's development because
You're
Gear
out
5.
your goddamn mind. Doflamingo it's Doflamingo.
Yeah, he's at top. The thing is,
Every other person.
I don't even know his backstory. I've only seen him in the manga like twice. I'm just like, he's that guy though.
I think he's quintessential, right? He's a quintessential
He's one of
villain.
the quintuplets, yes.
Yeah, he's one of the quintuplets. No, the reason that I think Doflamingo is so refreshing, especially in shonen anime and manga, is because he is one of the only villains, because you can't even say Frieza anymore and stuff in big shonens, that was a villain. He's a villain to be a villain. Like, he has redeeming qualities, and you understand how
His
he got...
backstory, maybe?
Yeah, but you understand how he got there, but he will never join Luke. You know what I mean? Like, it'll just never happen. He's sitting... Well, I'm not going to... Never mind.
Yeah, we're not.
Never mind.
Don't do it to me, boy. Don't do it.
No, not you. You were the chosen one. But regardless of whatever goes on, he is that character that he enjoys being the villain. Like, he enjoys it. Because even Frieza, who enjoys being the villain... Now at this point in Super, it like you could totally fucking see.
I found out some stuff from like the newer chapters. You know, Frieza still very much enjoys being the villain.
Oh, cool, good for Frieza. But yeah, Doflamingo would be definitely.
Frieza has a black form now. I wish that it's called Frieza Black and it's stronger than
Frieza Gold.
Very much so. Also much stronger than Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego.
What about Gohan Beast?
Yes.
What about Orange Piccolo?
One shot, Ultra Instinct Vegeta and Ultra Instinct Goku.
Dragon Ball's weird, man.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball's weird.
Like now, like Goku and Vegeta are at a point where they can destroy universes. Frieza comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Can one-shot the two of them.
That's crazy.
So
I got one. I got another one.
I do have I have Sosuke Aizen from Bleach.
Dude, well, no shit. Aizen literally was so OP that he ended Bleach's, Ichigo's theme song, like in one fucking swift move.
No, it's back in Thousand Year Blood War. You get it back.
It might be back now, but we lost it for years.
Yeah, Aizen took it out for years.
That motherfucker did collateral damage.
But he literally set up like early Bleach, and then you really find out like that he has been behind the machinations of Ichigo's development.
Yeah.
All to be like, can I make you more perfect? No, I can't. So I'm just gonna kill you.
I think, and this is gonna because my next one, or really one of the ones I want to talk about is Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom.
Is a good one.
And kind of goes into that, and I think what makes an interesting villain, right? Because Koro Sensei is super interesting.
Or you can see from their perspective and realize
and
they're
he's
not
really not
truly
a villain.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's
like
not
I
really a
I
villain.
wouldn't consider him a villain at all.
That's basically what I was saying with Gundam. Like, there's not a Gundam series where there's like, oh yeah, they're definitely a villain. And
The
they
government.
They have. Oh no.
In every Gundam series, it is almost exclusively the government.
It kind of is, but the thing is, almost every Gundam series, it's not just the government. It's like
Gjallarhorn was oppressing the children on Mars.
Well, yeah, but also a lot of times they're also being oppressed on Earth as well.
Hey, you know who oppressed them on Earth? Gjallarhorn. You know who
well,
Gjallarhorn
there you go,
is?
the government.
The government.
But
yeah.
What were you gonna say about?
I think like with Aizen, Koro Sensei, and I don't know too much about the Gundam, but I think if you have a villain, right, that is not really like Aizen is definitely
where you can
the
understand
villain.
Their perspective.
Koro Sensei is a little different.
I mean, Aizen has like kind of redemption.
Well, yeah,
somewhat.
because he's trying to push Ichigo to kind of be at the top of his level, really. Now, Koro Sensei's whole thing is like,
he wants those kids to be able to protect themselves.
Yeah, and he's doing it, and I think that's what makes Assassination Classroom like so interesting. I've been thinking about like going back and reading the full series because I've never read the full series. Is because you're watching it from, like you said, their perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And you can really relate to those characters, and that's what makes a villain interesting. When you can relate, and you can ask any person that's like wants to talk about storytelling in any type of medium, right? Your villain has to be the hero of their story.
That's
to
true.
make them interesting. They have to be the hero of their story.
There's
Zabuza and Haku from Naruto.
There's only one other way you can write a villain that's like somewhat interesting.
Yeah.
And that's if they're just literally an agent of chaos.
Yeah, and they're just literally there, like Tristan is for this podcast.
Yeah, I was about to say. And,
the villain of Anime Unraveled.
In Get Backers, there's the Jackal, and he's literally just there for the money. Like, it doesn't matter if it's good for the world or not. He's like, fuck it.
I'm here.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite villains, and it's only in the anime because I haven't read the manga, is fucking Orochimaru, man. Because when
Yeah.
he shows back up, he brings the Village of Sound, and boy, did they have the soundtrack to go with it. Like,
Hey,
dear
it
God.
was the Hidden Sound Village for a reason.
Yeah, it was.
For a
Like-
reason.
I'm surprised because I hear.
No, that's a meme now.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it's a
Yes.
meme now because people finally realized, I guess.
Yeah, it's a meme now.
I'm surprised because a lot of people say Pain.
Yeah.
Pain was okay. I still think that one of my favorite villains from Naruto is like Zabuza and Haku.
Well, yeah, that was
They're-
one of the
yeah,
greatest
yeah, yeah,
intros.
Yeah, yeah. I think Itachi, man.
Well,
Itachi's not a villain.
Yeah, Itachi's
Exactly.
not a villain.
But
That-
he plays the part.
He
of a
he
villain.
does play the part
I don't
extremely
care.
well.
He was never a villain.
He's
Never.
a hero in my eyes.
That's right. Damn right. Damn right.
He deserved the one shot.
Hey, the collective anime Unraveled agree.
Yeah, Itachi.
Itachi,
Yeah, 100%.
Best Naruto
So
character.
Yeah,
sometimes
without question.
I feel like mangaka can write a villain too well.
Ooh, like who?
When you start making
Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. I hear
when
ya.
you start making a pedophile look like the best character in your show, you got a problem, bud.
Yeah.
That's a huge problem to have.
Yeah, which, by the way, I can't hate Hisoka, though. He's a good
I
character.
love that we were on the same wavelength with this. I looked at him and said, it's Hisoka.
Well, the thing is, okay, think about the villains that Tagashi has written.
But the other
Tagoro.
thing is like Hisoka is like a villain, but not because he's like trying to make Gon and Killua better.
Well, yeah, so he can fucking
so he can
kill
fight
them.
and kill them.
That's
But
not-
he still protects them.
He's basically the Aizen of the story.
Speaking of
But he doesn't get a change of heart.
No, he does not.
No.
Speaking of Tagashi though,
Yeah.
younger Tagoro.
Oh,
It
yeah.
has a great villain arc,
Dude.
because he is pushing Yusuke to be the best. And it come to find out because he meets Genkai in the afterlife,
Yeah.
basically, and you find out that backstory of like he let all his not underlings, but like
Defeated.
when you have a dojo and
Yeah.
you are the master of that dojo, what do your students is what I was thinking. I was thinking
Jesus,
students.
Pep.
I went
Dear
there,
God.
but he let all his students die, and that's why, because they were like, well, you've done enough to not go to this really bad 9 level.
And he's like, nah, I
want
want
to
it.
go.
Yeah.
I deserve this. Yeah.
And Genkai and his conversation is one of
Yeah.
the best moments in Yu Yu
Dude,
Hakusho.
Tagashi, he writes villains very well.
Right.
Like,
He makes
horrifically
them
well.
super likable no
Well,
matter how trash they are.
the
Like
thing
trash
is-
human beings.
Okay, the thing is, like, he does it in such a good way. It's almost like Demon Slayer looked at it and tried to do the same thing,
couldn't-
but
couldn't touch it.
Because the thing
Well,
is,
now Demon
yeah,
Sl-
you feel sympathetic for the demons because you
Kinda.
see their viewpoint on some of them, but
Not many.
not many. And even then, you're like, you're forgettable.
Definitely not the Michael Jackson one.
Moves on.
Yeah.
The
no.
main one. That's the big guy.
Yeah.
That's the main demon. My eye is itching at the end of the episode this time.
Because I
Jesus
shot
fuck.
that dart out.
Yeah,
There it is.
I know.
Right in
Got
your
that
eye.
sand missile
But no,
all over my eye.
You also had like Sniper. You had Doctor. All of them were interesting characters.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
old Yu-Gi-Oh.
I just think that like
Wait, what?
The villains in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hey, okay, if we want to talk about the villains in Yu-Gi-Oh, I can do it because the thing is,
I liked Maximilian Pegasus. as a
Maximilian
villain.
Pegasus made no fucking sense.
What about Seto Kaiba?
Seto Kaiba wasn't a villain.
He trapped Yugi's. No, that
no,
was Pegasus.
that was
That
Pegasus.
Pegasus.
He did
That's Pegasus.
hospitalize Yuki's grandfather.
Okay, well, villain.
Yeah, pretty.
Pegasus is basically
Hey,
like
you're saying he's a villain, and yet Vegeta's not
I'm saying
because he hospitalized
I'm
one man.
saying he's a villain, Rex, because aren't all rich people villains? Go ahead. You got any thoughts?
I mean, I agree with you, but no, they're not all. But there's a good few.
I mean, Maximilian. See,
But no.
Maximilian Pegasus though was a chaos factor.
Well, no, you have to think because they tried to say his whole reasoning for taking over Kyber Corp and taking the Millennium Item was so he could bring his dead wife back together. But you and I know that man was not straight. There's no way. He was.
Yugi boy.
Yeah, he was after Seto Kaiba.
He
Let's
was
be
after
real.
Yugi boy.
Oh,
His intentions made no sense.
He wanted them Yu-Gi-Oh Yugi boy cheeks. is
Yeah,
what
I
he
hear
wanted.
you.
His
But
motivations weren't in line.
I will say,
His motivations were just about like Hisoka's.
Yeah, basically.
I will say, if we want to talk about that though, this is technically not an anime, but it's animated.
Okay.
And it's one of my favorite things they did with this villain, and it's a known villain.
The education system and Animaniacs. I hear you.
Rex,
Rex.
any thoughts? No, the Batman the Animated Series.
I love the
Okay,
animated
okay.
series.
Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze
His-
never had the backstory, but in the animated series, his backstory with I believe Mora is her name or
Yeah,
something close
I
to
think
that.
so.
And him like having a wife that he cryogenically frozen
Yep.
to treat this disease that's they don't have a cure yet
Yep.
for. Like, and this is a completely
That was also in the movie as well.
well, it's completely from the animated series. They adapted it into the
Oh,
movie.
okay.
It was never in
And
the
the comics.
Yeah, it was never in the comics until the animated series did it. It was one of the changes they made. And I think doing a story like that is such a quick and easy way for like the audience to understand that because
understand their viewpoint.
usually maybe not every, but usually when you have family members or loved ones and stuff like that and you use because we would do like you can completely understand that you're
Yeah.
like even if it's an animal or whatever that's in your family you completely can buy
What? No, don't do that. Also, Show Tucker is one of the worst villains of ever. The fact I remember his name
I just went Edward.
because you said
I
animals.
made a lot of people that love Full Metal Alchemist cry right now.
I
How dare you.
understand that reference.
No, you don't.
But yeah,
Get out.
I just think having that kind of backstory can immediately give your audience members
Understanding of the
because they
motivations.
can because you would do the same. You know,
Oh,
like it's an
100%.
easy way to be like, is he really a villain or he's just trying to save his fucking wife? Dude?
That's what Gundam does really well when you have like an opposing force like Zeon and they eventually actually show you why they're doing the things they're doing.
I mean,
crazy.
technically speaking, Witch from Mercury just did it.
I mean, which from 100%.
They just did it.
Dear God,
Yeah, I understand that reference.
you need to watch. You need to get to
Someone
watch it.
you would not think is a villain at all is probably actually the biggest villain in the series.
No,
Is it the pink-haired lady?
No.
I somewhat pegged that one.
Well, yes, but like just from like
There's a pink-haired lady.
yeah, the
Yeah,
girl
she-
with the giant the earth girl.
Earth girl.
Oh
Pink hair.
no,
No, it's none of the students.
not Choo Choo.
Not Choo Choo.
Oh, choo choo.
No, but like, yes, I get that. I kind of saw her as like an anti-villain or anti-hero, but no, the newest season really drives it home.
Yeah, I
that
was about to say
she doesn't care.
She literally did a thing that's from fuck, I can't remember what show, but I can't even bring it up because Pepper's goddamn it.
The last,
Hi.
I don't even care. I get stuff spoiled for me all the time.
That's fine.
The last episode of season 1 really drove it home. Like, she's the villain.
Yeah.
Stiletta?
No,
No.
Her girlfriend?
no,
No.
her mother.
You knew the mother was the villain from the get-go.
Well, it really gets
See.
driven home in season 2.
Yeah, I was about to
Really
say.
gets
I'm
driven
gonna
home
be
in season
honest
2.
with you, right? I knew she was a villain when you don't have
You
to
show
wear
up with
that
a mask
visor,
on? Yeah,
and you
100%.
don't have to wear it for reasons of like health.
That's literally every Gundam series. There's
I'm like, oh, yeah,
you're looking
Yeah,
for the villain
she,
in a Gundam series.
But the thing
Who's
is,
wearing a mask?
is
yeah,
they
exactly.
mask her being the villain by like talking about how the president and like the corporation is all out to kill like witch hunts and
Yeah.
stuff. And you really realize in season 2 that she just is 100% using her daughter for her daughter's
yeah.
ability to pilot the aerial.
Yeah,
well,
I could have told you that episode 3.
I
Like
can't say the word, but people that are caught up, you know what I'm struggling with.
you understand my pain.
You understand my pain.
She doesn't call Ariel her sister for no reason.
Oh, is her
I hate you.
is her sister part of the robot? Is her spirit in there? Is it a spirit Gundam? It's a spirit Gundam?
Not a spirit Gundam.
No.
Her actual body's in the fucking Gundam?
I mean, somewhat.
Not her body. Do you remember?
How could if her spirit's not in there and her body, her mind, her brain? She had a sister?
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently.
And her brain's in the Gundam?
Technically.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah,
That's the only reason why Stiletta is the only person that could properly pilot it.
That's why
Wouldn't the mother be able to pilot it because it's her daughter?
No,
Apparently
the mother,
not, because the mother fucked over her daughter and put her in the Gundam.
Yeah.
She did it on purpose?
Yes.
I thought, you know what? In my mind, I was like, maybe she was sick and she couldn't live.
Like
Well,
the
no,
whole
she
reason
was.
why, well, yes, but the whole reason why Stiletta is the only one able to actually pilot Ariel and why they make comments that it's like her sister is because it's actually
Her
Stiletta's
family.
older sister.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It's super fucked up.
Real fucked up.
Yeah. Can't wait for you to catch up, buddy.
But it's also part of the reason why Stiletta doesn't have to deal with the backlash.
Yeah.
But some shit goes down.
So you're saying watch season 2 of Witch from Mercury.
100%.
No joke.
Or I don't watch it and you
play
guys,
Diablo. I got
yeah. Or you guys just give me like cliff notes.
I mean, we could also do that, but like
no,
I'm more
no,
mad.
you definitely need to watch it.
I'm real upset by the way that they like. I like that they did the betrayal the way that they did to get her away from her mother, but I don't like the cost that it came with.
Yeah, I was about to say it's gonna be heartache in the next few episodes.
I understand that reference.
But
Nope.
anywho,
Yeah.
you know, we haven't talked about one of the greatest villains of all time.
I mean, we've talked about capitalism. We've talked about the government.
I mean,
the education system in a couple of series.
Oh my God.
dear God,
Who's the greatest villain, Rex?
I mean-
End us off.
come on, man. We've mentioned
Religion?
him one time. No,
Oh,
I was gonna
okay.
say Dio, my brothers.
You know,
He's up
technically,
there. He's up there. He carries the series.
No. So technically speaking, right. My religion thing is not off with the Dio thing because there's like a whole cult based around like this the stone masks and like Dio and everything.
Not wrong.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Over my dead body, will I ever say a fucking vampire is the greatest villain of all time? That is not gonna happen.
Okay.
No way.
Who would you say, as far as anime, would be one of the villains that
That's like
make
up
your
the-
top tier?
like top tier, S tier, God tier. Boy.
Yeah, I know it's hard, right?
I don't
Because
know, Father from Full Metal Alchemist was pretty good though.
he wasn't really the villain.
Well, I'm not talking. I'm talking like
No, the father was not. Are you
Not-
talking about Sho Tucker?
No,
Their
no.
actual dad was not a villain.
No, I'm not talking about their actual dad. Father, the actual the man in the jar, the thing in the jar.
Humunculus.
Yes.
Yes.
The thing in the jar.
Yeah, he was the
The
original Humunculus.
overall villain.
Yeah.
I think his name just alone was Father.
Well, yeah, that's what they called him, but he was literally the original Humunculus.
Yeah, the homunculus in the jar.
Yeah.
He, because of the machinations that occur throughout the entire series and how they all tie into him at the end, to me, is really cool. Especially
Well, yeah, honestly, all the villains in Full Metal Alchemist, as far
Real
as
good. R.I.P.
they are amazing.
Yeah, I get it.
No, you
Shit.
don't.
I would say top tier, God tier villain.
Don't say Griffith, because
That-
he is.
No.
Don't say Frieza.
No, I will not.
Definitely not. No one would ever say
He
No.
might just for chaos and
Don't do that.
content.
Don't do
Content. But
Sells
no,
better.
I will. It's very simple. It's a villain that I believe that everyone can kind of relate to and kind of feel.
I wonder what he's gonna say here. Does that have anything to do with what was on the TV out there?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
What?
The greatest villain. He's unbeatable.
Goku.
Nope. And it's in one of the saddest mangas to ever exist.
Goodnight, Pun Pun?
Depression from Goodnight Pun Pun. It's the greatest goddamn villain. All right. Everyone can relate.
It's a depression.
In today's society, am I right, Rex? Anything to say?
I mean, you're accurate. Dear God, unless you're just rich.
Okay, pause. If it's government and stuff, we could call him out directly. But say
depression?
depression?
I know what company y'all work for.
You're not wrong.
I at this point. At this point, me solo.
Hey, I work.
Nah,
in
well.
my own way of being in pain and agony.
No, in all seriousness, I say that as kind of like a meme, but it is true. Like that is the villain of the story.
You're not wrong.
Is like
It's depression, yeah.
depression in life and
Anxiety
and
and
how
everything
people,
else.
Existential dread.
and I think that while it's not personified in like a character, I think that anime and manga and this kind of in any type of fiction it's still done really well when you feel like it is attacking you. You read that manga, and I'm not overselling this. I know I've hyped that manga. Hype is a weird word.
Hype up depression.
But I do think that
You rate that manga very highly for the heavy topics that it deals with.
because I haven't experienced a story like that.
No, I mean,
So that would just
I would hope not, buddy.
I can't. You can't
Could you
say,
imagine if that's what Shonen was?
You can't say hype it up, so that's why I gave you an alternative to hype up the manga.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that the genius of that is it lets you sit with really tough topics. Like I just got done reading the first volume of this new manga, My Girlfriend's Child, and it's literally a manga about this girl and her boyfriend, or having the sex, and
You don't say.
and they're in high school, and
So horny is the true villain.
no, this is not. This makes you not horny, because
Well, the thing is that if they didn't get horny to do the deed, then there wouldn't be a
yeah,
crime.
and then their condom breaks, and now she is making the decision about an abortion, and it's like a really heavy topic for a manga to cover, and I think it's done pretty well because it's showing you like how all the family, like it's showing you how every character reacts to like that information that she is pregnant, and then also no one knows what this, even in volume 1, because it ends with her looking at the form and she's checked the checkbox to plan to abort, and it's kind of, I hope hope's a weird word, but I am interested that the story can really tackle that heavy topic and show each character dealing with the same choice. And I always think that's an interesting story beat when it's one scenario and how different characters, they do it in shonen too, but like one scenario where different characters are dealing with that scenario. So, and
It's kind of like the trolley problem.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. I think.
Did you hear about the guy that finally solved the trolley problem?
What was his answer?
Obviously. Okay, so
The trolley problem is:
yeah.
do I kill one or kill all?
Do you
save
kill-
the
Kill one or many.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
one
you
or
save
many.
5 to kill 1,
Right.
or do you kill
in
the-
Minecraft? In Minecraft.
Yeah. And his response was, well, if I'm willing to kill one, I might as well kill them all. So move the one guy with the rest and just send it.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, I was like,
huh?
whoa.
Oh,
One of
wow.
you.
You know what, fellas? This
Dark
episode
ending
was going
here.
off the rails. We should get out of here. We should go.
But the only other thing.
It's because you brought up Good Night, Baboon.
Yeah,
Every time.
Every
brought-
time. The
you
dark
brought up
thoughts.
that
The dark
darkness.
thoughts take over.
But
It happens.
when we were trying to think of this episode, I was trying to think of villains that are actually good in like mainstream anime and stuff. And honestly, as far as some of the bigger anime nowadays, I don't feel like they have strong villains. Like if you look at My Hero Academia, while they're interesting
Stain?
villains,
Hero Killer Stain was probably the
Stain.
yeah,
best.
Stain was up there, but the main villain, All for One, I couldn't give a shit.
No.
No.
Let's see. Main popular Attack on Titan. I hear that
Eren Yeager.
Eren Yeager's
Yeah.
real interesting.
Yeah,
Yeager.
when you're both the main character and the main villain, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, so Attack on Titan, I hear that's an interesting thing.
The government of another country is actually of the main villain,
Oh.
Marley.
Rex, any thoughts?
Yeah, government.
But
Always
let's
doing
see.
good work, obviously.
One
My
Piece,
Hero.
I think One Piece. It's been a little, in my opinion, it's been a little while since they've had a really interest. I think Kaido was cool because it pushed Luffy to that level. But
He told me.
yeah,
told me
but
model.
the thing about it is, it needed that for that fight to be cool.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I think. Let's see if we're talking main popular series.
I was about to say, don't say Demon
Bleach.
Slayer.
Demon Slayer has some of the worst.
The 1,000-Year Blood War. We've got, the entire.
I mean, okay, the last new manga that came out that had really interesting bad guys was probably Jujutsu.
Jujutsu's good.
Yeah, because
I mean,
Sukuna-
because the main character is
Is
also
also
the
the
main
villain.
villain.
Yeah, Sukuna's interesting as fuck.
Well, yeah, you're right. I think anime is struggling with really good
Which I don't
villains.
think anime has to have amazing villains to be good, though.
No,
Because,
Mashals is the government.
yeah, it literally is the
Mashals
government.
is literally
Honestly-
because the funny thing is that if you don't have a mark, they automatically like, well, you die.
Yeah, you need to die.
There's a reason why everyone has magic, and it's because we kill those that don't.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Let's see. What's
but
in-
yeah, but Rex, I think you're right. I think that in today's anime sphere,
Yeah.
you don't really have to have a villain.
Well, the thing is, so of the new
You don't really
stuff,
have to. I don't think.
You don't have to.
Silver
but it's-
Spoon had no villain,
Well, that's because it was more of a
and it was amazing. And I think about that manga every
and
week.
yet he won't read Full Metal Alchemist.
I've already done. I've already read some of her work.
You read some of her work.
I don't need to read all of it.
You do.
know- You know what I mean?
You do.
One day, I'm keeping it in my back pocket for like
You've
a
been
rainy
keeping
day.
it in your back pocket.
Yeah.
For 2
You're gonna keep
years.
it for a tsunami at this point.
Yeah,
Not a
like-
rainy day.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm ready. I have it all.
You know what's gonna be funny?
What?
His entire. So I don't wish this upon you, but if something did happen and like it was everything got destroyed. I guarantee you that if Full Metal Alchemist survived, he still wouldn't read it.
Think about this. I just am about done rereading Yu Yu Hakusho, and I've watched that anime at least twice.
And yet you didn't remember any of the last half.
Just like America. Most people don't remember that. They've blocked it out. It's basically ends at the Dark Tournament.
I mean, yeah.
For a lot of people.
For most people, yeah, you're not wrong.
But there is some good stuff in that back half.
Yeah.
You know what's been real good? How all over the place we've been this episode.
Brother, let me tell you.
Let me tell you.
We had a game plan, but we destroyed it.
We have been, like, if you were holding a compass trying to find true north, you'd never find it.
We're east, west, west. We're all of it.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Up, down, left, right, sideways, upside down.
Up, down, left, right, BA,
Yeah.
BA, start, select. Let's do
Konami.
this.
Let's go, Konami.
I appreciate that we all
Yeah, we all know.
got that.
We
but
played Contra growing up.
if you got to the end of this episode, which has been a wild one,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
hopefully
appreciate it.
you will go to our YouTube at Anime Unraveled Pod and like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment below. Let us know what kind of villains you like.
Yeah. And if you like us in the short burst, maybe one day, one of us, any of us, will upload on the app, the hip app, TikTok, TikTok.com/Anime Unraveled Pod. Boy.
Well, actually, hang on. I do have something to say about this.
Ooh.
So, go figure. I said, I was going to try and help Pep with taking over editing and learning to edit for the TikTok and stuff. And go figure. I said that, and my job said, no, you're not. So I've been getting home at like 8 or 9 p.m. every day since I made that comment. But we edited this last week's episode and probably this episode with the help of AI. We're going to see how that works with the TikTok.
Or it'll take over. And we'll all be AI too.
I am actually a robot.
Hello.
But
Hello.
on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is the end of the episode. It is my favorite part of the episode. It's where I make sure to remind you guys to please make sure to leave a review, like, and subscribe. It really helps us out. It really gets our
does.
name out in the algorithm. Make sure you scream our name from the rooftops.
Yeah.
Make sure you tell your local Arby's employees to give us a listen.
Yeah, or a meat mountain for discount.
And Spotify, if you want to see our ugly mugs, you can head on over to YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube, if you just want to listen to us while you're working, head on over to Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Hey, amen, brother. That's a great plug. Tristan, I'm proud of you. Come in close. I got something to say.
no.
I got something to say. It's too close.
Too close. You're eating
Back
the
up.
mic.
Back up. Fellas, man, do you remember when we were sitting here and we were like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to fucking
Talk about villains.
And
You know what the true villain was here? Our ADHD.
Yay.
It always is.
Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.